Hi, I'm Captain Liz Dunster of Civil Air Patrol's Tar River Composite Squadron, where I'm the commander. We meet at the Rocky Mount Wilson Airport, and today I am going to read a book to you called Margaret and the Moon. This is how Margaret Hamilton saved the first lunar landing. It is a book by Dean Robbins and it is illustrated by Lucy Nisley. Margaret Hamilton always had questions about bugs, about baseball, about the stars in the sky. She wanted answers, so she sought them out herself. Margaret's curiosity extended from the intricate logic of mathematics to the furthest reaches of the galaxy and eventually led her to NASA. There she wrote the code for the computer commands on the Apollo missions. A pioneer in her field, Margaret proves that nothing can stop you from finding the answers you seek. We're going to learn about her today. How Margaret Hamilton saved the first lunar landing. Why were there only daddy long legs? Margaret had a solution. She'd call some of them mommy long legs too. Why didn't girls play baseball? Margaret had a solution. She joined the team herself. Why didn't more girls grow up to be doctors or scientists or anything else they wanted? Margaret had a solution. She would study very hard in every subject at school. Reading, music, art, and especially mathematics. She learned as much as she could about addition and subtraction, multiplication, division. Margaret's father was a poet and philosopher who talked to her about the universe. She asked about how the planets moved, when the galaxies formed, why the stars shone. She gazed at the night sky in wonder. Do you do that? How many miles to the moon? 238,855. How many miles does it travel around the Earth? 1,423,000. How fast does it go? 2,288 miles per hour. How big around is it? 6,783 miles. Margaret began solving harder and harder math problems. It was fun working her way through the steps. She liked moving around x's and y's in algebra. She liked measuring circles and triangles in geometry. She liked studying curves in calculus. And then she discovered computers. Margaret could use this new invention to answer so many questions about the universe. She experimented with writing instructions or code that told the machine what to do. The code was called software, and Margaret called herself a software engineer. She started with something simple, asking the computer to add and subtract, multiply and divide, and here she is with the computer. Margaret taught herself to write code that performed more and more complicated tasks. She programmed computers to track airplanes through the clouds and even to predict the weather. She made them do things that they had never done before. In 1964, Margaret got interested in an exciting project for NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Their scientists were working on the hardest problems humans had ever tried to solve, flying people to the moon. Could Margaret use computers to get the astronauts 238,855 miles there and 855,000 miles back. She convinced NASA's leaders to let her try. Margaret thought of everything that could happen on a trip to the moon. Would the spacecraft go off course? Would it lose power? Would an astronaut make a mistake? She wrote code to tell the computers how to solve these problems. She worked her way through the steps, just as she used to do in math class. Soon Margaret became director of software programming for NASA's Project Apollo, leading dozens of scientists. She helped Apollo 8 orbit the moon 10 times. She helped Apollo 9 connect 2 ships in space. She helped Apollo 10 get within 9 miles of the moon's surface. Hello there. With Apollo 11, NASA would finally try to put people on the moon. Had Margaret thought of everything that could go wrong with the lunar landing? She checked her code again to make sure. The astronauts were depending on her. And there's Margaret's code. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff! Apollo 11 rose with a blast of smoke and fire. Margaret followed along from a control room, and the whole world watched on television. For 4 days, the spacecraft drew nearer to the moon. The lunar module, named the Eagle, split off to make the landing. Oh, that was a happy lunar module. See, it's going yippee. But with minutes left to go, an astronaut entered a command, and the master alarm buzzed. Whoops! Oh dear. The Eagle's computer started performing too many tasks. Overload! Overload! Yikes. Oh, that was not good. The control room panicked. The moon landing was in danger. Everyone looked at Margaret. Had she prepared for this problem? Well, of course. Margaret's code made the computer ignore the extra tasks and focus on the landing. It brought the Eagle closer to the moon's surface. Closer, closer, closer. Touchdown. The Eagle has landed, announced astronaut Neil Armstrong. The control room cheered. Margaret was a hero. Later that night, the Eagle's hatch opened. Margaret held her breath. Can you imagine? Armstrong took the first step on the moon. The whole world celebrated in front of their televisions. Hurrah, 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 hooray, hurrah. Valio, hurrah. Margaret walked outside smiling. Her code had helped the astronauts get to the moon, and she knew it would help them get home safely. As always, she gazed at the night sky in wonder. I hope you enjoyed the story about Margaret Hamilton and the Apollo 11 lunar landing.